Well, as a typical Aussie would say, it's not cheap. And the reality is that when we hire somebody, there's a lot of time that goes into it. So to hire somebody in the business, you've got to at least invest at least 100 hours into the process. And if you bring that person into the business and they work out to be the wrong person, it takes around about 80 days to discover that they're the wrong person. So you've already invested 100 hours. Over the next 82 days, you realise that they're the wrong person and you have no productivity in your role or results from their role. And then you've got to start the business cycle over again to hire. So when we look at the associated costs in Australia, if you're paying somebody a salary of about $100,000 and you're a service-based business and you get it wrong, then that hiring mistake will cost you upwards of $300,000. Most businesses report up to $500,000. But if you're in a larger scale manufacturing business and you've got acreage, you've got the construction space, the building space, the machinery, the investment, one bad hire could cost you upwards of $1 million. And I've personally seen primary industry businesses make 10 bad hires per year. And so when they look at the profitability, they say, we've made no money. Well, all of that's a sunk cost, and 10 bad hires would equal $10 million in losses per year, but oftentimes not calculated. So that's the true cost of a bad hire. And I think if you've hired anyone before you start to think about it, well, I've had to create the ads. On average, you've got to get 250 CVs to find 15 potential candidates. Out of those 15 potential candidates, you're going to make 3 will go through to the final hiring round. You'll interview those at least 2 or 3 times. You'll make your final offer. And even at that final offer, 50% of people will say no. And so you've got to get back into the recruitment cycle all over again. And if you've been in business, you know what I'm talking about. And if you've worked for somebody else, you also know what I'm talking about because you see it and you're a part of it. So if you're a small business, it's going to cost you at least $300,000 for that mistake.